Hello and welcome back to F124. Today we will be continuing our Ricciardo career. This time it's gonna be the Chinese Grand Prix, and this is a sprint weekend, so the first one in this series. Of course, the playlist, as always, is gonna be in the description, so if you missed out on any previous episode, please go down there and check it out. Anyways, let's just skip ahead to some upgrades. As you can see, getting 2 upgrades for chassis department, so that is going to be really quick for the upcoming races. But yeah, we have a sprint weekend in front of us, so let's just get into it. As we can see, this time only getting 150 points, but it is because we only had 1 practice session compared to the 3 normally. But yeah, let's just get into sprint qualifying 1. It's rainy out here in Shanghai, so we are on the intermediate tire and we cannot open the DRS. Starting our lap here. And funnily enough, we get a DRS failure, but that doesn't matter at all for us because we cannot use the DRS either way. So as I get through these first couple of corners, it is a bit tricky in the wet, of course, getting some tank slippers. But I will look behind, and you can see now the DRS was closed, so it's gonna be closed the whole way around, but it was gonna be that anyway. So yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. Getting through with our lap now in the final corner. Let's see what this is gonna be. Verstappen with a 42.9. What can we do? 44.0. So over a second behind, but still enough for P2 somehow. We are now in the pits, and you can see in the bottom there drag reduction system fault. But yeah, that was what we saw, and it's fixed now. So that is good. I'm just gonna skip ahead because P3 should be clear enough to get through. And yes, you can see here P3 through to sprint Q2. And Tsunoda actually gets eliminated, so that's a disappointment. Let's just advance to sprint qualifying 2 now. Starting our lap. And I was a bit worried because you could see that car in the front there. I think it was Russell. But yeah, he didn't get in the way because he was on a lap himself. But I thought he might. Getting through this first really tricky couple of corners. Really have to be patient here. And I don't like that usually. I just want to get going. But anyway, 4th place over the line. It should be good enough to get through, I thought. And I was P10 and I thought people are just gonna be on the same tire, so they won't improve. But you can see that in the end, losing 4 places for some reason. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing. Over 9/10 behind from getting into SQ3. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing of a result for this sprint qualifying.
It's wet here today and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
So now I'm gonna have to choose the strategy, but it's just gonna be the first one because I won't stop in a sprint race. It is gonna be wet either way, so we can't even switch to any other car mode.
Ahead of today's sprint. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
on the grid now, ready to start the sprint race. We are in P14, of course, with that poor qualifying, but still ahead of Tsunoda. Let's get on the way with the 5 red lights, and we have the DRS or ERS open. Let's see what we can do. It's gonna be really close in the first corner, and we actually just send it on the entry. And I thought I would just do that because it's a short race and I could only get up from here. So 4 places up somehow. Just losing one to Hulkenberg. Can I get that back? Yes, it seems like it, but really loose on the exit. Still loose in 5th gear. Going through to the next corner now. What can I do? Yeah, just staying behind here. Even though they will bunch up, I could have gotten contact, so I will just stay behind now. And it will be a bit easier to save ERS in this race because the wet track makes the battery recharge more often. So I will have a lot of ERS to play with, and the AI will as well. So now getting to the last sector of the first lap now. You can see 100% ERS, really struggling to control the car. But I am saving it, thankfully. We're gonna go onto the back straight now. These corners I'm actually having a bit of trouble with normally to get a good exit. So I will lose out going onto the back straight. But can I use enough ERS to make a charge up towards the hairpin? Let's see. As we have signs in our rear mirrors as well. I really want to stay in front of him. And you can see there he pressed the overtake button off again because he just suddenly went behind. And I'm braking really late. Can I get on the outside of Alonso? No. But now Sainz is having a look. Can we control this? Can we keep ahead? And yes, the arrow getting wide again. So yes, we can stay ahead. Going on to lap 2 now, as Verstappen just set the fastest lap. Now that he's in the lead. We are on lap 2 now. And this was an unexpected move, braking too late, but it actually worked out really good. And we're gonna get Alonso. Now we're into P9. Of course, in the race that would have been 2 points, but since it's a sprint race, it's only gonna be 0 points, and we have to get up to P8 to get even 1 point. So yeah, it's a bit of a new system. Also comparing to the older F1 games that had the sprint race, there you had to be in the top 3, I believe, to get points, and yeah, there wasn't a sprint qualifying, there was only a race qualifying. So it's some new systems. Please make sure to comment which of the systems you like the best. Do you like the new one best with sprint qualifying and normal qualifying, or the old one where the sprint race was the qualifying for the race? Either way, let's now get on to lap 3. We're still behind Hamilton, going into this first corner, and you're gonna see this a lot. Getting on the inside here because they open it up, and I just carry so much speed compared to them, so I just go through, and it actually ended up being a pretty easy move for me. So that was really nice surprise. Let's skip ahead even further. On the end of lap 4, attacking this corner too much, and look at the top left, Piastri pitting, and I don't know why that is. I think that is because of damage, because it's really not a clever move, and you're just gonna lose positions every time. So yeah, really nice for us. Now we are looking at 2 points, and if we can get Stroll here with a classic overtake, now we're in P6, so this will be 3 points, and these points really matter in the team championship, as we are really close with Aston Martin, and we just made an Aston Martin lose 1 point, as well as giving ourselves 1 point extra. So really nice. And you could also see here purple sector 1. I've gotten that quite a few times. I think it's because of my strong first couple of corners. Let's get through even further. So even though it might not look like it, we just skipped ahead 1 lap. Now we're at lap 7, still behind Paris at the same part of the track. Getting a purple sector 1 again. What can we do here? As we go for a really uncommon move, as Perez just broke way too early, and I didn't actually want to go for it. I wanted to wait for the straight, but I couldn't because he just broke too early. So now we're gonna have to defend with a broken front wing down the straight. What can we do against Perez? Getting squirrely here again. Only 2.5 tenths behind, so now we're gonna have to use a lot of ERS to keep ahead of Perez. It's still gonna be 3 laps remaining of this race, of course. So with this front wing damage, it's really gonna hinder us. What can we do? Braking late. First gear, locking up because we're really desperate to stay ahead, trying to be the late braker. And on the exit here as well, we can stay ahead. So we just got a bit of a better exit. And you can see here the car's more on the steering than before, so it's getting harder to steer. Going on to lap 8 now, we are getting closer to the end, but Paris is getting closer to us as well. And I think this is going to be maximum position for us. As now Paris makes the same move that we've done so many times, and we actually hit him. Just getting confused here. And now we're going to be forced to drive around the damage for the rest of the race. Really harsh damage on the front wing. Our car's going to be really understeery. And let's just take a look for the first corner here. Down the straight with the hairpin. How much we can turn in the hairpin. As 2 cars on the outside. We're braking so late. Yellow flag, so that means we cannot overtake. Getting an illegal overtake. But there was 3 cars just holding still. I think there was a spin. And we actually managed to keep in front. Because the other AI just getting stuck behind. So we were really fortunate there. But now skipping ahead to lap 10, last lap of this Grand Prix, and I've saved up ERS just to be safe from any attack on the last lap. What can we do? Braking a bit earlier than usual because of this damage, making it tough to turn, and really attack slip on the exit. Getting up to the final corner, but it looks like we're gonna get home in a absolutely stunning P3. I don't know how that happened. What a sprint race, we really maximized that one.
Congrats on the podium.
So that wraps up the sprint race, but there's still more action yet to come this weekend. We've got qualifying and, of course, the Grand Prix.
Thanks to some misfortune for other drivers and a bit of luck. We could see Sonoda was in P9, so 1 place away from points. Really sad for him. But yeah, we extend our lead in the championship against Aston Martin. Now we're gonna get into qualifying, and this is the real qualifying for the actual race. As we get into turn 1, there's actually 2 cars in the way. Managing to get around Science without losing too much time. Let's just see how much it affects this corners. But yeah, it's fine. Skipping ahead now through the last part of this track. What can we manage over the line? What is it gonna be? P10. Only 11 drivers, so that is really disappointing, and we skip ahead to the end of Q1. P17 now. Out of everyone. This is really bad, and we need to be in the top 15 to get through. Attacking this corner. Let's see what we can do. It looks a lot better than before, but of course there was not a car in the way this time. What can we do on the exit? Really important not to get loose. We get a bit loose, but it's fine. Around 2 tenths as I skip ahead to pretty much the same couple of corners, just now to the back straight. They reminded me a lot of each other. Now 3 tenths, and I have a lot more ERS on the back straight now compared to the other laps. So I'm just gonna down the straight. I'm just gonna get a lot of time from 3 tenths all the way up to 5 tenths. So we have to keep this through these corners. Braking too late for the hairpin, but we manage it. Going on the accelerator now again. 7 tenths now. Going through the final corner. What can we do?
Okay, there's 2 minutes left.
And you can see the steering wheel 16th. Not good enough, so we are knocked out in Q1. Really disappointing. Let's see the results here. Sonoda thankfully getting up to P7, so he's really safely through. And we are not even half a tenth of getting through. So yeah, a bit unlucky. But you just have to be safe. You don't have any excuses. Let's get into the race.
It's time again then for Formula 1 in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. And alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, you're the racing driver in this partnership, so tell us about this racing driver. Put us in their shoes. How are they going to be feeling?
Well, you've got to be prepared, Crofty. Before you even step foot inside the car, you've got to know, you've got to have a pre-race game plan. You've watched videos before you get into the car of previous races gone by. You know where you have to place your car if X, Y or Z happens in front of you or behind you. So having this clear game plan is absolutely essential before you get in the car.
Not really too much to see here with the strategy for the race. It's just going to be a one-stop, medium to hard. Let's get into the formation lap.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
And now we're at the grid, getting ready for the race. Let's see what we can do. 5 red lights and away we go. Yeah, initially a fine start, but we get a big tank slapper there, losing us a position to show immediately, and we have to brake because he broke so early. We have to try to see what we can manage now. Going on the outside again, P15 so far. Really wanting to get past Albon here as well, so we're gonna go as early as we can on the exit, using some ERS. Can we get Albon here? Maybe down to this next corner, going on the inside, braking later than him. And yes, we get ahead. Can we squeeze him out? He's actually still there. Can we squeeze him out in this next part? Really high speed this, as now we are ahead of Albon. Now our next target is Bottas. Of course, we really want to get into top 10 positions, so let's just sit after getting all of these people overtaken. Now we're gonna go pretty much onto the back straight, but before that I sent it on Bottas. And can we keep it? Yes. What a send. Some pretty unusual overtakes, and I don't really see them coming. They just happen because the AI brakes so early. We're skipping ahead to lap 2 now. Still behind Gasly now. Trying to get a better exit than him after this hairpin. And we're now gonna go on to lap 3. Going on to this little straight, going up to the first couple of corners. Of course, I've made a lot of overtakes there, but didn't manage it there. So now I sent it on Gasly. Not really too much of a send, but actually managed to manage that beautifully. Yes, now we're gonna start lap 4. Now we're behind Ocon, and this is still gonna be for P11, so still not in the points, thanks to the really bad qualifying. What can we do here on the outside? And we actually make him change line a little bit, so now on the exit, can we get him thinking the exit is too important, and we actually get a tank slapper going on the inside here, and he actually just gives it up for free. So yeah, the AI not really too good in that corner, sadly, but yeah, managed to get a position off of that. Now next position is gonna be for the points, so this is gonna be an important one. Going on, this is halfway through lap 5 now, as we get an objective from Mark. Overtakes Noda before lap 10. And I really don't know what it is with this team. Why not say overtake Stroll? Because Tsunoda is a teammate. Why would we really have to overtake him so soon? As we get a really random wheel spin moment, I really don't know what it is with this car. It felt so fine for 6 laps, but then suddenly just snaps on the wheel spin, and I don't know how I can control that. And this is not gonna help with our objectives either. Now 4.5 seconds, as Bottas is just gonna drive past. and Sainz, we really don't want him to get past. If he gets past, he could go up in ruins in this race as well, so we really want to stay ahead of him, and we can actually manage that at least for one lap. Now we are gonna get the DRS of Bottas, since we dropped out of the DRS from all the other guys ahead. Yeah, really not optimal with what we're trying to do. Yeah, it really came out of nowhere. Now going for an overtake on Bottas, as I've done so many times in that corner. Desperate to get into the DRS of the guys ahead once again, but it's just too far. Yeah, let's skip ahead. On the back straight now. What can Bottas offer, and what do we have to do to protect ourselves? I'm just gonna go in the middle of the track, actually squeezing Bottas quite a bit to the left. Braking really late, locking up after that a lot of times. So desperate to stay ahead, but we manage it in the end of this lap. And you can see the front left at 43%. So it's about time to commit a change within too many laps. As we actually also, as you can see, the bottom right, we have a bit of damage to an engine component. It actually only came during the race, so it shouldn't be that damaged. I think it's the turbocharger. So yeah, we just have to remember to switch that out for the next race. But yeah, we should be able to manage this. As now we have 2 laps left to overtake Tsunoda, and yeah, that's just not gonna happen. I lock up here. Now Sainz is gonna have a look. What can we do? As I drive over to cover him off, because I didn't think he was far enough up, but yeah, we just hit each other because I just drove straight into him. That was really my fault. Yeah, unnecessary really for me. What a stupid move. But I don't get a penalty for some reason. That really must have ruined Sainz's race. So yeah, I'm really sorry for him. But yeah, just a stupid move. Going further out in the race. And I just saw a spun Alpine, so I drove wide and managed to avoid him as it's a red flag. This is massive for getting up again, because we're just gonna have to do a standing start, so this is massive for us. As you can see here, session stopped, so now we have a chance to change our race strategy. With these used tires, we're just gonna go on to a hard tire for the end of the race, and I think that is what everyone else is gonna do. And it's gonna be 5 red lights once again, and we are in P16 now, so worse than when we actually start the race. And Ocon is still in the race even though he spun. Let's see if we can overtake him as we come off the 3 guys behind. Going on the inside here, where I really want to be. Sending it by so many cars. Now it's P13. Trying to get a better exit, so going to the right here. Let's see how early I can go on the gas and if I can stay ahead. But it's on the soft tire for some reason. That is really not the strategy, I think. Can we get past him? Because that would be really nice when he's in another strategy. Staying behind a lot of guys here, as well as we are now outside of the points again. Trying to set it on the Albon, and he's just gonna give the space. So now we set after Gasly, and then Stroll, who is in the points, and then Tsunoda, our teammate, up in 9th place. Yeah, cutting the corner there too much, getting some oversteer again. And now we're getting into the last part. There's not going to be DRS this lap, but we just sent it once again. That was unexpected, but it happened so many times. So maybe I should just expect it at this point. But we actually managed to get by. Going on to the back straight now. Now we're in P11. Next overtake is going to be for position or for points. But we just can't overtake now because there's no DRS to play with. And Gasly going on the outside, we just brake later than him and we cover him off. So yeah, what a lap to start off after this red flag. From P16 up to P11, and now we are having a serious look at Stroll for P10, which is gonna be points. And let's see if I get up there. Can I really manage to get past Tsunoda? As you can see here, going on the inside of Stroll, managing to get the position. There was also a clutter up ahead, so they really they're getting bunched up. But we are just here covering off Stroll, and now we are just gonna have to sit after Tsunoda. And the team wants us to get past, because you saw before, objective was to get past Tsunoda. So I still hang with that objective and want to get that overtake done. Going on to the back straight now. You can see that Perez on the medium tire, so he's probably gonna have to pit again. I don't know. But Stroll is going for the inside here. So early that we can get behind him and get a little bit of slipstream. Going on the outside, braking so late, trying to keep ahead. On the exit here, really loose. Can we manage anything? We're gonna have to stick behind for one corner at least. But sticking right on his gearbox now. Getting DRS. And now we're going to go up to the first corner. As I've done so many times going on the inside. Yeah, a bit weird there with the steering and the braking point, but managing to get ahead of Stroll once again. And now I have a lap to try and stay within the DRS of Tsunoda, as the gap has grown to 7 tenths. And now is coming my weak part of the track. I have a really strong first part of the track, but after that I'm a bit weaker than the AI. And we get a new objective from Mark. Keep tire wear under 20%. And I thought this was gonna be pretty impossible, as I saw the numbers just went up so fast. But I decided to drive way more carefully to see if I could manage anything with this objective. Already using a percent on just a quarter of a lap, skipping ahead, 2 laps ahead in this objective. Now at 12-13%. So it looks maybe manageable. I'm just driving casually here, and then suddenly the car just does that again. I don't know. It just loses it on the exit sometimes, and I just can't do anything about it. Thankfully, I managed to keep it in a straight line, so I can keep within the DRS of 12th place, and they are not too far behind the position I was actually in. So if we could just manage this, we could get up to the position once again, as there's a yellow flag. This is for Russell going slowly on the straight, and you can see the AI just going way too slowly because of that, going way too wide as well. So I'm just gonna use this, trying to get a better exit than Albon. What can we do? We are so close now, so this is the perfect opportunity to go for an overtake, going right at the last corner. But can we set it up for the first corner as we've done before? As Piastri is into the pits, so that is gonna be one free position as well, with those bad strategies the other teams on. Going on the inside now, and we're just gonna do it once again. Getting past Albon, really nice to do that already. And you can see Tsunoda only 100 meters up the road, so yeah, really didn't lose too much, but still a really bad mistake that came out of nowhere. And getting over the line, you can see I completed the objective, so that is really nice. That is gonna give some bonuses in our rating department. Now our next target is Stroll, as it's been more times. He's in B9 now, so it's gonna be for 1 point more than I'm in for a position right now. Going into the hairpin, he locks up, so I'm just gonna take the opportunity. That's contact, but we managed to just get past. As soon as I saw a mistake from Stroll, I just had to get past, I thought. So yeah, now we are in P9. Going over the line once again. We are at lap 20, so 9 laps remaining. Going onto the end of the lap, just behind Gasly now. Can we set it up to the first corner as we've done so many times? It's gonna be pretty much the classic move for us. Staying behind, but now trying to go on the inside, and we actually manage it in first gear, getting the rotation. And he's still there actually, so we have to give him some room. And I think there was a bit of contact. We have to get a better exit than him. He's still there, you can see his front wing as well. What can we do? I think I can brake later into this corner. So braking, yeah, that was probably too late, but we actually forced him to go wide. As we can see Stroll now in the rear mirror, getting side by side by Stroll, yes. How long is this fight gonna continue, and can they get behind the DRS of me if they keep fighting? If you look at the rear mirror, still side by side. The last 4 or 5 corners they've been that. So yeah, now they are outside of the DRS. Really nice for us. So now me and Tsunoda is just gonna try to build this gap as we get a new objective, as I thought. Mark before wanted us to overtake Tsunoda, and I kind of kept that thought, and he thinks the same now as he did earlier in the race. As we're gonna have to overtake Tsunoda before lap 28, which is the last lap of the race. Half a second now, using all of my ERS. I think it was around 50% I used, so really desperate here. Going on the outside, braking really late. Am I gonna have a lockup once again? No, I don't even think, but yeah, getting ahead for a little bit, so I actually completed the objective, but on the exit just losing out to him. Can we set it up to the last or the first corner once again? As I think the team really wants me to finish ahead for some reason, and I want to deliver that. So going on the inside here, trying to do it without contact, and yes, he just gives me the position. So now we are in the P6 and the P7 for the team, and I am running in the P6 of the two. Really good result if we can keep this all the way home. Let's skip ahead. We are on lap 27 now, and me and Tsunoda have managed to make a bigger and bigger gap. But he's still in the ERS, and I make a massive mistake, and I really don't know what it is with this car. This is the third or fourth time it's happened. So annoying, and I cannot control that. It's so random, and just have to forfeit the position to Tsunoda. And you can see the top left, Norris behind now, and yeah, now skipping onto the last lap. He's within 1/10, so it's gonna be the last straight, and I have a bit of ERS to play with, and we really don't want to lose this position. But he is on the soft tire, so he's gonna be a lot quicker. We only have 2 corners we have to manage now. What can we do? We have the DRS on Tsunoda, and we have a bit more ERS, so we're gonna stay ahead at least for the hairpin. Can we make an overtake on Tsunoda now, because he's actually going really slowly, braking late, and that was just so stupid. Hitting Tsunoda, and we thankfully don't get damage or give damage to Tsunoda. We could have messed up a lot of things there. Going through the last corner, Norris is behind now, but can we go through on Tsunoda? No. It's gonna be really close. What happened?
There was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen. He takes victory.
And it's always good, Crofty, to get that momentum on your side, and it's really good for your confidence as well. The more confident you are, the further that can take you.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They've performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
And wow, what a race that was. I don't even know if I got the position on Tsunoda in the end, because it cut away so quickly. But you can see here Verstappen back to winning ways, and Alonso joining on the podium. So an insanely strong race from him, getting a lot of points for Aston Martin, sadly for us. Let's look at where we ended up. This is for the overall. Let's go into the race and see. P6 and P7, Tsunoda got P6, but it's gonna be 8 thousandths between us. What a close one in the end. And then it's gonna give 14 points to the VCARB team, which is really a lot. But because Alonso managed to do so insanely well, they get 15 points plus the points Stroll got, and I think he got 2 points. So yeah, we are still P10 and P11 in the championship, really good, but only 1 point ahead of Aston Martin. So let's see how we can manage that through the next upcoming races. But that is gonna be it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed. What a race, turned upside down all the time. But remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll just see you next time.